Here are the first 5 terms of a quadratic sequence. We've got -8, 2, 16, 20, 34 and 56. And I need to show that the nth term of this sequence is 2n squared plus 4n minus 14. To do that, I'm going to work out the first differences. The difference between -8 and 2 is 10. Between 2 and 16 is 14. The difference between 16 and 34 is 18. And the difference between 34 and 56 is 22. Next, we'll work out the second differences. The difference between 10 and 14 is 4. Between 14 and 18 is 4. And between 18 and 22 is also 4. So our second differences are the same, which means this is going to be a quadratic sequence, so I know my answer will be in the form of an squared plus bn plus c. I know that this number here is always equal to 2a. So 2a is equal to 4, so a must be 2. I know that this number here is always equal to 3a plus b. And I've just previously worked out that a is 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus the b is equal to 10. So subtract the 6 away from both sides and I find that b is 4. And then we know that this term here is always equal to a plus b plus c. We've just worked out that the a is actually 2. The b is actually 4. So 2 plus 4 is 6, plus c is minus 8. Subtract the 6 from both sides. So minus 8 take away 6 is minus 14. So my nth term is an squared plus bn plus c, which is minus 14. And that's what we needed to show. Part B. Hence determine whether 272 is a term in the sequence. Well, if 272 is a term in the sequence, then our nth term should equal this at some integer value. So I can say that 2n squared plus 4n minus 14 should have to equal 272. N has to be an integer. You can't have a decimal answer for this. You can't have a decimal number of terms. So let's solve this equation and see if we get a positive integer. If we do, then it is in a sequence. If we don't, it's not. So we'll first start by subtracting 272 away from both sides. And now we want to solve this. We can solve by, well, if we divide through by 2 to make our life a little bit easier. Then we can factorise that, I think. Two numbers that multiply to make minus 143 and add to make 2. I think that's going to be minus 11 and 13. So n is either 11 or n is minus 13. It doesn't make sense to have minus 13 terms, but it does make sense to have 11 terms. So we can now say, yes, 272 is the 11th term in the sequence. And we're done.